everything you need to know about Dragon Ball before starting Dragon Ball Z. First, we meet a little kid butt naked named Goku, and he's a pretty average kid except he has a tail and he lives alone in the woods. Even stranger, when he meets a woman named Bulma, she absolutely bodies him with her car and she shoots the shit out of him and he still doesn't die. So after she tries to kill him, he invites her to his house and he shows her his grandpa's balls. His grandpa Gohan used to wear this ball on his hat before he died mysteriously. Turns out, this ball is one of 7 starred balls that you need in order to summon a dragon to grant your wish. Some conditions apply. Turns out she's actually been hunting for these Dragon Balls so that she could wish for like a boyfriend or some shit. She's also the heir to a billion-dollar tech company, so finding a boyfriend shouldn't be that hard. She asks for his ball, he says no, so she offers to drain his balls, and he's still like nah, so she's like, alright, frick it. Come with me. Bring your stupid ball and help me find the rest. And he's like, sure. Now they're going off to a land of talking animals and super high tech in order to find the magic Dragon Balls. So along the way, they go find a turtle that needs help getting home to his island. They do it, then he comes back with some old dude named Master Roshi on his back, and he gives them a Dragon Ball and a flying Nimbus cloud that only people that are pure at heart can ride. Goku, being the only person in the show right now that's not a horny beast, is the only person that can ride it. Later, they stumble upon a village and find a literal horny beast. The village is terrorized by a monster named Ulan and is also home of another Dragon Ball. Goku and Bulma agree to stop the monster in order to get the ball. Bulma finds out the monster is a hot dude and wants to frick. Turns out he's a shape-shifting pig and somehow he joins them on their journey. So they go to the desert and they meet a dude named Yamcha and Puar, his shape-shifting pet. I think she's like a flying cat or something. And then he becomes yet another character on this show that has seen Bulma's parts. He and his cat join the gang and he starts to form a romantic tension with Bulma. Looks like their relationship will last a lifetime and he will be a very valuable asset to the team. He doesn't officially join the gang yet though, he sort of follows Goku, Bulma, and Oolong with his cat for a while. So they then go to this mountain that's permanently on fire and meet a guy that lives there, the Ox King. As it turns out, the Ox King is friends with Roshi, the person that gave us the flying Nimbus cloud, and it turns out he was also friends with Goku's grandpa Gohan. The Ox's mountain has been on fire and he sent his daughter Chi-Chi to find Master Roshi in order to get a magical fan that will put the fire out. She hasn't come back yet though, so the Ox King sends Goku to go and find her. So he finds her and they finally get there, and then Master Roshi says he can't use the fan because he spilled like juice on it. So they're like, shit, and then Roshi's like, no, hold up. I'll do it myself. And they're like, okay. So then he pulls up and he energy blasts the hell out of that fire and the whole mountain. Goku's like, wait, I want to do that energy blast, and Roshi's like, no, that takes 50 years to do, and Goku's like, no, and he blows up their car with it. This energy wave is called the Kamehameha wave, so that's where that comes from. These episodes are also where we learn that Goku is weak when people grab his tail. Also, keep in mind, in a world of talking animals, the tail is still looked at as strange by everyone. Goku, Bulma, Oolong, followed by Puar and Yamcha set off again, and all the important players are here now. They also send a rabbit to the moon, but you don't need to know that about before watching DBZ. Now, throughout this whole arc, this little blue midget named Emperor Pilaf is also looking for the Dragon Balls. He's joined by his henchmen, a dog named Shu and a girl named Mai. They've also been collecting for a wish of world domination, and they find out that Bulma has the rest of the Dragon Balls. They steal the suitcase that Bulma kept them in, but Goku held on to the 4-star ball because he loves his grandpa. They go to get it back and they get kidnapped and locked in a cell. Oolong and Puar try to turn into bats in order to steal the balls, but when they do it, Pilaf has already summoned the dragon, Shenron. Right when Pilaf is about to make his wish, Oolong wishes for a pair of panties instead, and the day is saved. The end. Except Goku looked at a full moon and now he's a giant ape trying to kill everybody. So now, Goku's a were-ape and he helps the gang escape Pilaf, but then he tries to eat Bulma. Yamcha has to grab Ape Goku's tail to weaken him, and Puar turns into a giant pair of scissors to cut his tail off. So Goku turns back to normal and passes out, not remembering anything that happened. The rest of them realize that Goku is a weird kid and he definitely killed his own grandpa, but they probably shouldn't tell the poor 12-year-old. And there you have it. That's a recap of... So after all this, Goku realizes that he likes to fight a lot, and he goes to learn martial arts from his grandpa's old master, Master Roshi. When he gets there and tries to convince Roshi to train him, another kid, 1 year older than Goku, comes, named Krillin. He's a cocky lad, and he looks like a Buddhist or something, but his old friends used to make fun of him a lot for being a midget and shit. So in order to convince him to train them, the boys have to find a hot girl for Roshi the perv. They find a girl named Launch, who turns into a blonde mass murderer and robber when she sneezes. Roshi just keeps her, and he trains the two of them. He then enlists them in the World Martial Arts Tournament, a place where all the best fighters around the world come to see who is the bestest best fighter in the world. When they enter, Master Roshi realizes that his boys are strong, and he believes that Goku could even win the tournament. So he dresses as another man, named Jackie Chun, and he fights in the tournament himself. This is in order to humble them and make sure they know that there will always be someone stronger, so that they never stop improving themselves. A lesson Goku literally never forgets.
me. A martial artist's life is the only life for me. I've been jumping and running, and that's no lie. If I stay in one place, then I'm gonna die. Oh yeah!
Yamcha also fights in the tournament. Bulma, Oolong, and Por have come to watch. Jackie Chun bodies Yamcha, then Krillin, and then he fights Goku in the finals. Midway through the tournament, Goku's tail grows back, and in the finals he once again turns into a Great Ape. Jackie Chun starts charging up the deadliest Kamehameha, and everyone believes he's going to kill Goku, so he doesn't hurt the innocent people. Yamcha tries to warn him that he can just cut off Goku's tail, but Jackie Chun's like, frick that, and he just blows up the moon. Then, the fight continues. In a very dramatic sequence, Jackie Chun is declared the winner. Just to be clear, if you have time to watch the original Dragon Ball, please do. This is some of the best animated action out there. But anyways, they all celebrate the boys' success, and there won't be a world martial arts tourney for another 3 years. In the meantime, Goku destroys an army. So for the next 3 sagas, Goku takes down this group called the Red Ribbon Army, and one of the most notable things from the saga, especially at the beginning, is that we meet Bulma's parents and that Goku is trying to find the 4-star ball. He's clashing with the Red Ribbon Army that's also trying to find the balls. He ends up defeating most of the forces that the army sent against him, so they send a bounty hunter named Mercenary Tao. Meanwhile, Goku meets a man named Bora and his son Upa. They give him the 4-star ball and tell him the story of the tower they live under. They say that there's a man named Korin that lives at the top who will give the person that climbs it sacred water that'll make them stronger. Then Sao pulls up and he kills Bora, then he climbs the tower and meets Korin. Turns out, Goku actually has to steal the water from Korin in order to drink it. Korin talks about how Master Roshi took 3 years to steal the water from him. Also, Korin is like this fat cat guy. It's pretty cool. So Goku uses all sorts of tricks, like the after image, which is a trick that makes you look like you're one place, but in fact, you're somewhere else. And he also starts eating these things called senzu beans, which Korin gave him. They're like these magical beans that make you full. He finally gets the water, but it's just like normal water. Turns out the real strength boost was all the exercise he did. So he climbs down and he blows Sao the fuck up, and then he feels all bad that Upa's dad is dead, so he decides he'll destroy the army and he'll collect all the Dragon Balls to bring his dad back. Next up is the Fortune Teller Baba saga. This is a quick one. Basically, they just can't find the last ball and Goku's stumped. He doesn't know where to look. Roshi suggests that they ask his sister, Fortune Teller Baba, who is a mystic fortune teller with a ghost as her servant. She agrees, but they have to either pay a flip ton of money or fight her 5 warriors. Since this is Dragon Ball, they fight.
Oh, yes.
And basically, the last warrior is Goku's grandpa Gohan, who Baba resurrected for the day. And it's a really cute scene, but basically talks about how he doesn't want to be revived, which is why they never try to throughout all of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. After all that, they revive Bora and we move on to the next martial arts tournament. Goku, Krillin, Yamcha, they all participate again, as well as Roshi, posing as Jackie Chun. Master Roshi's rival is also at the tournament, Shen, the Crane Hermit. His pupils are Tien, Shinhan, and Chiaotzu. They're the bad kids, alright? They can kill people, they can fly, they can even fire those Dodon rays because Shen's brother is General Sao. So these kids really hate Goku. So basically, Tien bodies Yamcha, Krillin bodies Chiaotzu, and we get a really nice fight between Goku and Krillin where we learn that Goku got over his tail weakness. Roshi sees Tien's power and realizes that he doesn't need to be there to motivate Goku. Tien is gonna do it for him because Tien and Goku are both already stronger than Roshi. Also, he convinces Tien that he is still good at heart and Tien gets all conflicted internally. The final sees Goku and Tien fight it out and we see the Tri-Beam Cannon, one of the most deadly and badass moves of the series, as well as the Solar Flare, which is basically just a blinding attack. Tien wins by a hair and him and Chiaotzu are now good guys. The next arc is a real game changer of the series. They're all celebrating, eating their food after the tournament, and Krillin goes back into the tournament area because Goku left his power pole and Dragon Ball radar there. Oh yeah, the power pole is basically this magic red pole that extends however high Goku wants. It's basically been there since the beginning of the show, but it doesn't come up in Dragon Ball Z. But basically, Krillin went back for it, and the gang is waiting for him to come back, and they're having a great time. Goku, however, has a bad feeling and is sitting there worried, and he's hardly eating, which, throughout the show you'll see, Goku eats like an animal. But not right now. He's excessively worried. He suddenly sprints back to where Krillin got the pole, and he realizes his hunch was correct. Krillin has been killed. Now this is one of the first major deaths of the series, and it genuinely is heartbreaking to watch. Goku is pissed the frick off, and the referee of the tournament, who was also attacked, says that it was a demon monster that attacked them. He says that he took Goku's Dragon Balls, as well as a list of all the fighters that participated in the tournament and flew away. Goku gets on his Nimbus and he chases them down. But he never ate and just fought Tien Shinhan, so he's very weak and gets bodied by the demon named Tambourine, while his Nimbus gets destroyed. Meanwhile, Roshi recognizes the symbol of the Demon King Piccolo and tells the gang what's going on. Many years ago, an evil demon named Piccolo was attacking the Earth, and Master Roshi's old master used something called the Evil Containment Wave to seal him away, and died doing it. But someone has released Piccolo onto the world again, and that someone being Emperor Pilaf. Pilaf and his crew are helping Piccolo, and they tell him about the Dragon Balls, and Piccolo wants the Dragon Balls to restore his youth so he can conquer the world easier. Goku meets a guy named Yajirobe who is fat and a strong fighter, and he kills one of Piccolo's henchmen, Symbol. Goku then kills Tambourine. Piccolo is pissed and he decides to kill Goku himself. While all this is happening, Piccolo is using that list of tournament fighters he got, and he's tracking them down and trying to kill them so that they can't stop him. Goku and him fight, and Goku once again gets destroyed, so Yajirobe takes him to Korin's. Roshi then tries to use the evil containment wave on Piccolo, but he misses and Roshi dies. Then Chaozu dies and Piccolo gets his wish, but just to make sure nothing comes undone, he kills Shenron, the dragon himself. Piccolo then goes to the king of the world, who's like this dog, and he says that he's the king now and plans to destroy a sector of the world. Goku, meanwhile, he drinks real divine sacred water and becomes stronger and prepares to kill Piccolo. He also gets a new Nimbus, while Tien tries to use the evil containment wave, but Piccolo destroys the jar. Goku then comes and he puts a hole through Piccolo's chest and finally kills him. But right before he dies, Piccolo spits out an egg. Alright, last arc, let's go. So the dragon is dead, and Korn is like, I know the creator, just stick your pole in this hole and you'll see God. So Goku did it, and he tries to find Kami, who's basically God, but first he has to fight a man named Mr. Popo, who is basically a male Jinx. He then sees Kami, who looks just like Piccolo, and it turns out they were two halves of the same being. Kami was trying to be guardian of the earth, but he couldn't until he expelled all the evil inside of him. That evil then formed Piccolo. So Kami rebuilds Shenron, so Krillin, Chaozu, and Roshi can all be revived. Goku starts training with Mr. Popo, and he learns how to sense Ki. 3 years pass, and now Goku and Krillin are adults, and they all get together for one last tournament. Goku, Krillin, Master Roshi, Bulma, Tien, Yamcha, Chaozu, they all come. There's also enemies at this tournament, however. Piccolo Jr. is there and has grown up, ready to kill Goku. Also, General Sao is back, as like a cyborg. Chi-Chi is also fighting, so Goku beats her up and they plan to get married. Kami is also there, in the form of some like Weird Al Yankovic looking guy, so Piccolo eats him, then Goku takes him back. But basically we learn Goku is strong as fuck, and he can fly. Piccolo can grow giant and regenerate his arm. So at the end, Goku defeats Piccolo and he wins his first tournament, but he lets Piccolo live so that Kami doesn't die because their life forms are intertwined, which also means that there will be no more Dragon Balls. Piccolo thinks he's a pansy for this and is basically like, okay, I'll just kill you later, and Goku gets married.